This is James from Living Gardens Homestead. I thought I'd come to you today and show you how to grow some food on your property. Now the way we do this here on our channel is we raise, we've got a greenhouse, we've got hydroponics, we've got a few raised beds, but we not only do that, we also have a large garden out front that we grow in also. And we try to learn people how to raise some vegetables of their own and how to have some food to put on the table that it's much better than stuff that comes out of the stores. And but today I was going to show you my cucumbers that I raise in the greenhouse in hydroponics. Now, the reason why this channel, the reason why we do it all these different ways is because I don't favor one over the other. There's some things that I have to raise in the garden, and then there's some things that I can raise in hydroponics. And, you know, you'd be amazed at how many people have never raised a garden, not even a small backyard garden. And I was amazed because when I grew up, almost every household where we lived had some sort of a garden in, whether it be a salad garden or whether they just raised onions. You know, they had something. But nowadays it seems like everybody's got away from gardening because it's so much easier just to go to the store and buy your food. But with that said, we realize today also that inflation has raised food prices pretty high. And it's getting to the point that some people are having to decide whether to pay their rent or buy their food. What our channel does is we try to show you how to do some of these things, and the hydroponics would be great for someone who lived didn't have much of a yard or no yard, but you had like a back deck or even in a windowsill. There's certain things you could grow in a windowsill with hydroponics. And if you don't know how to grow hydroponics or how to mix your nutrients or what nutrients to use, watch one of our other videos that we have on our channel under hydroponics. Now I'm going to show you what I do, which it's a little larger than what most people would have because I enjoy growing gardens and I've got the room to do that. But it's really simple, and you can raise your own food. And believe me, your own food tastes better, and if you don't treat it with insecticides and stuff, you don't even have foods that have that on it. They're clean. But anyway, I want to show you a little bit about how I do this, and I hope that it helps some of you, because if you've got room in your yard to put a garden in, by all means, put you a garden in. Raise your own vegetables. Now we got a large garden over there in front. We grow our potatoes and our corn, and we grow some tomatoes out there, and lots of different things. But here in the hydroponics, I raise my cucumbers and tomatoes and my lettuce, and if you'll notice behind me, these are peas, the sugar snap peas. Now we like peas, and our grandchildren really love them. But the sugar snap peas we grow in hydroponics, and you can see behind me, they do very well. As well as in the garden, we've got 2 50-foot rolls of peas out in the garden also. And but we start these a little early because they're in the greenhouse, so that we can go ahead and have peas before we get them out of the garden. But anyway, let me show you my setup that I have, and let you see how I do it. Now you see our peas, you can see how big they are now. And I think we've got like 50 plants right here. Now these are my cucumbers, the long slicing cucumbers, and I think they're ready. What I do is I plant them in these, or don't plant them. I plant them in, let me show you those first. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to show you how we do things here. But anyway, this is one of our raised gardens here, and we've got our onions in here. Now these here's the bulbing onions, and she's got some radishes growing, and these are our table onions that we pull and clean and eat with our dinners and stuff. But anyway, here's how we start our plants. We take these trays and we mix our dirt, and we put them in there and we seed them and get them sprouted. But anyway, just like these are yellow and red striped tomatoes, and then we got red and yellow striped tomatoes. And these here are my celebrities that I've already got set out. I'll show you some of those in a minute. Then here's our jalapenos. And she's got some flowers down here. There's some sunflowers that she's got planted. Getting a little big. But anyway, this is the way we start them. We start them in these seed trays. And when it gets fully rooted, we just take the whole plug out. And I'll show you over here again. Now these are our chicks here that we've got, that we've hatched out. But anyway, back to the cucumbers. Then we put the plugs in these cups, neck cups. These are 3-inch neck cups. And if you'll notice, then we let them root into our water that's full of nutrients. See how long these roots are? Now these are ready for me to remove from here, and I'm going to transplant them. I'm going to transplant them over there in those 5-gallon blue buckets. And I don't know if my tomatoes, I've raised these celebrities, and I don't know if they're quite ready yet. They're getting roots good, but I don't think, I think I'm gonna let them go a little longer before I plant them in the buckets. And anyway, these are our lettuce, and I like romaine, and that's what we raise is romaine. And we've got quite a bit of romaine growing here. But anyway, besides that, let me get back to what I was wanting to show you. We're going to plant these cucumbers today. We're going to transfer them. Like I said, that's the long slicing cucumbers, and you can watch one of our videos. We raised them from last year, and these are from seed from those from last year. We save our seed. Now, what I do is I come over to these buckets, and I have a tub here full of water and nutrients, and it pumps into each one of these. But here's how I do this. Now, kind of hard to do, hold this phone and. But anyway, it's a 2 gallons per hour drip emitter that I use. Now I'm going to turn that off just right now. And I am going to, if you'll see down in there, see that water? Now these roots are long enough now that they can get down into the nutrient water. And what I'll do is I'll just put them right down in there. And it's planted. All I gotta do is put this right back up and let that nutrient water drip in on the plug that the roots are growing in. And that drips down through the roots, down into the bucket, recirculates, goes back into this big tank, and it pumps it back. It just recirculates it. Now, what I've got here this year I'm gonna try is I put this netting up to let them vine up this netting. But that's what we're doing today, is we're planting these. And we're going to try to get them planted. We'll get right back with you. Now, as you can see, we now have some cucumbers planted in our buckets. Them's pretty. I can't wait for them to vine up and start producing. But it's really easy to grow hydroponics, and like I said, this is for people, these hydroponic videos are for people who don't have much room to grow. Get this thing back in here. All right. But as you can see, we just planted our cucumbers. And you know, even if you live in an apartment or something and you've got some access to the southern sun, you could even raise lettuce in a quart jar. You just put your nutrient water in there, and you know, it's really simple, really easy. I do these videos to try to help people to raise their own food. Inflation's just getting so high that it's hard to afford everything now. But how many of you have tried this, that's watched our videos from say last year? How many of you have tried this and seen that it works? I mean, it uses less water, and I know people have tried raising it in 55-gallon drum barrels, which is the same method. But if you sit that barrel someplace where the sun can hit that, it'll heat up that water in there, and it makes it rough on your plant if that water gets hot. That's the reason why I recirculate. I recirculate the water, and the tub's buried under the ground, so it's going to get ground temperature, so that it supplies a little cooler water in the summertime. Now, I hope you all enjoys this video, but if you got any questions or any comments, leave them below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And I hope we'll be putting more videos out. Our grapes are doing tremendous. It just seems like them grapes are thriving. But you know, you too can have your own vegetables to eat, and they're very simple, easy to grow. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just watch our videos and follow along. And I know I'm not good at explaining things too much, but if you leave a question, then you know I can get back to you and explain it a little bit better if you don't understand what I'm saying or what I'm doing. And but anyway, this year it's been a good spring to start a garden. If you haven't already started you a garden, and you've got just a little place, as a matter of fact, I had a neighbor that come over and asked me if I'd take my tractor and put him in a small garden, and I did. I don't know, maybe it's 15 by 20 or 20 by 20, some size like that. It don't sound like it's that big, but you'd be amazed at what all you can grow in a garden. And as high as things is getting, Lord, the tomatoes, I can't believe how high tomatoes were last summer. My wife paid a fortune just for like 3 tomatoes. And but anyway, grow your own food. It's healthier for you. It's enjoyable growing it, and to see your harvest come in, it makes it great, makes it worth it. But try this hydroponics if you don't have room for a garden. That's the reason we put them on there, is to show you how you can do it, and use your own thoughts of what you would like to do, because you can do it in many different ways. I've seen people take them totes and drill holes in them and set them neck cups in them totes and grow that way. If that's all you've got, a back balcony or whatever, get you a tote, put you something in a tote, grow you a little bit. That's that much more you don't have to buy, and it tastes a lot better. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section, and we'll try to get back with you. But if you like this video and you like more hydroponics, watch our other hydroponics videos. I'm sure if you try it, you'll learn it. You'll love it. And like I said, those of you that have tried it, leave it in the comments what you think about it. And as far as the greenhouse goes, that's another level. But anyway, this is James from Living Gardens Homestead. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.